supposed to be in the grave, laid out somewhere on train tracks, ran over in the middle of the road. You understand what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be dead. I wasn't supposed to survive that, but they didn't know God sent me. They didn't know the Lord was with me. They didn't know how deep in the Lord I was. You understand what I'm saying? And am. It's their ass, boo. It's their ass. Their hair should turn white because they know what they tried on me. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a sickness. This broad, you have no clue. She wanted my place so bad they would go to this extent and still going to this extent. And this is the thing. Before that show, Tiny and Toya on b.e.t., before that Sister to Sister article came out, I was on Wayne has a million MySpace pages up here. I was on a few of his MySpace pages, and they saw comments that I left on some of his pictures. So they knew I was still alive. I remember the moment, and this is what I saw in the spirit, baby. I wasn't nowhere near this woman. I'm somewhere else, okay? Physically, geographically. But see, this is what they don't know. In the spirit, I can see what's happening. The Holy Spirit is showing me. The moment Wayne's mama realized I was still alive, and this broad went ballistic. I saw this in the spirit. You see what I'm saying? And so after that, they knew I was still alive, and they knew I was still talking to Wayne. So this was before the TV show, and this was before Sister to Sister magazine. So what Toya said, oh, she's still alive, I'm gonna show her. And she thought she was gonna get on TV, and she did, and get in a magazine, and I'm supposed to be sitting here crying crocodile tears like, look at my identity. You know, Toya saying to me, you know, I know who you are, but nobody else know, and you can't prove it. You see what I'm saying? She didn't know about these tapes. You understand? She did that interview on Sister to Sister, and when I got on that on the Sister to Sister message board and put them tapes on there, she didn't know nothing about the tapes. She didn't even know I had tapes. You know how these tapes came about? Because I'm from California. When I was in corporate America, where I come from, I had all my business calls recorded. I had a recording device on my phone, so all my calls were always recorded. And they didn't know this. The people who are my friends and who call me, and my loved ones, family and all that, they knew. But what I'm saying is, she had no idea I had any kind of phone records, recordings of the love that I have with my husband. She didn't know that. I had them for years. Never ever thought. They were never to be released or anything like that. This was all necessary in order to show you my identity. And God did this, baby. God has foresight. He knew the shit that they would try on me, trying to steal my identity in place. God knows all things, baby. And so he knew that one day I would need those tapes so that I can play them for y'all, so you can see, you can hear it. The love that me and Wayne have for one another as it was happening. You can hear it. It's real. But she didn't know nothing about it. She didn't know none of my calls were recorded or nothing. So she didn't think I had no proof that I had a relationship with Wayne. Now, eventually, with the tapes or without the tapes, God's will going to be established. But God, this is the way God did it. You see what I'm saying? So it had to come out like this because the lies came out. The lies came out on TV. The lies came out in magazines. So the truth got to come out. You see what I'm saying? Eventually, Wayne and I was to come out where it would look nice and lovely and all that. But it can't look nice and lovely and presentable. It got to come out like this. You know why? Because the lies came out. He didn't tell her to do that show, Tiny and Toya. She took that upon herself to do that. He told her not to do it. She did that. So, in other words, she just going to front her false identity. It's not hers, but a false identity as Mrs. Carter. You see what I'm saying? She's doing this to try to build up an image and a name that's not even hers, that she got through roots in the first place, because I am the real Mrs. Carter. You see what I'm saying? God was working on our love, and our love was growing and growing and growing, and they thought they was just going to run in with roots, you see what I'm saying, and destroy it. Him and his mama. I mean, not him, but her and his mama. And they didn't think I could do a fucking thing about it or say nothing about it, or if I did, who gonna believe me? This sure sound crazy, but oh, wait a minute. The tapes. The tapes. They didn't think about the tape. They didn't know about the tapes. See what I'm saying? Bam, bitch! Ha! What was you saying? You who? You what? You me? How you me? When I'm me. God showed me. I know who I am. You understand? I know who I am, baby. You can't take my name that God ordained for me, you stupid ass fools. Trying all these shenanigans. And y'all, the public, y'all sitting there believing it. Talk about, yeah, y'all make a good look. And this and that. Because, see, who gonna know? See, if Wayne don't say nothing, see, understand this. I didn't even want to get to this place where it's on blast, but it has to be. Because with telling the truth, it's just some things that gotta come out. And they can't be covered up. Wayne, he wasn't gonna come out and say this. He knows, okay? Everything I'm telling you, I've been telling Wayne for the last few years. He know it from his own experience in his own life. But he ain't necessarily gonna come out and say, okay, he's thinking about his daughter. You see what I'm saying? He don't want to embarrass his mama. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't never gonna tell you the things that I'm gonna tell you, because she ain't my mama. I have an obligation to serve God first. And God say, tell it, I better tell it. You see what I'm saying? He say, tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm never going to let you front my identity, baby, to me. Never. You understand? So I have an obligation to God to tell y'all the truth and to speak the truth about my life. You ain't going to hijack my life. But the sad thing is, this thing have gotten so long and so deep that it's like, how do a nigga know how to stop it? The train been going and going and going and going, and it picked up the steam of his mama trying to support this and trying to make this happen. And there's a whole nation of people in other places, probably in other countries, who support this and who don't even know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? How this even came about. And they're not looking at what they're supporting. They're not knowing. See what I'm saying? There's no way for them to know. But see, the Holy Spirit, the reason why I know the roots was put on me is because, just like the Bible say, Jesus said, the Holy Spirit will lead and guide you into all truth. Into all truth. So I was in the dark for a little while. Back in 02, 03, 04. For a while, things was fuzzy because I couldn't figure out what is this shit? Why is this shit breaking loose like this in my life? What is happening? See, I didn't know. But what they didn't know is I had the Holy Spirit. And Jesus said the Holy Spirit will lead and guide you into all truth. So the Holy Spirit revealed to me what they had did, and steadily revealing more and more every day. And so I'm revealing it to you. This is the shit that was tried on me, his real God-ordained wife and God-sent wife. She wanted to be me. See, Toya wanted to be me. She wasn't satisfied with simply being his baby mama. You see what I'm saying? She wanted to be greedy. She was jealous when she saw our love. You understand? Now here's where the stupid shit come in. She was already his baby mama. She knew him before me, and she had the baby before me. You understand what I'm saying? So she would have been all right if she would just took her place as his baby mama. And, nobody could take away the fact that she had his first child and was his baby mama. You see what I'm saying? Even though it came about like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, he just went from broad to broad. And he tells it, look, for y'all who think I'm clowning somebody, he says it himself in Vibe November 2007, and that's the truth. Now later on, I'm sorry, I gotta tell it, baby, I love you. I got an obligation to God will strike me down if I don't tell the truth. In the recent VH1 documentary with Wayne, he says that she would happen to already be pregnant. His mama asked him. His mama said, when you gonna have a grandbaby? And it just so happened this girl Toya is already pregnant. No, he told the real truth in November 2007. But because I'm sorry, I love you, baby. But because I've been speaking about it, you see what I'm saying? He kind of like trying to cover up because how the real story go, it make his mama look kind of stupid. Because telling your 15-year-old son this to go and from broad to broad. She didn't say go from broad to broad, but go have a baby. You see what I'm saying? And she meant that. It wasn't a joke. She didn't make no offhanded. You ain't gonna make no offhanded comment to your son when he's 15-year-old. You ain't gonna be thinking like to your 15-year-old son, yeah,